All right, y'all, listen up. I'm excited about this message because we starting to expose a lot of fake, right? That means it's getting real out here, right? And listen, I'm okay with that, right? Because then you start to see human beings really being human beings, right? And then you'll notice those who find it difficult to sit in an area or an arena of peace, right? When you've been used to chaotic stress, mess, violence, and all this stuff all your life, it becomes very difficult when there's peace and you can sit and feel the stillness, right, of what God said that we're supposed to have. So let me tell you what happened. Y'all already know we're dealing with a CPS issue, right? We're trying to get my child here to groom himself, you know, take showers and all that stuff. It was a, what's it called? It was a wrestle. He wanted to wrestle me on it, about it. And I'm not talking about physical violence stuff, but he didn't want to do that, right? So this is the very basis of what CPS is saying I failed him being a mother and doing, right? Because he's bigger than me. I can't baby him. I'm not going to wash him myself. We're not doing that. He's a teenager. He's a boy. He's big. I'm not doing it. So, anywho, before he left, and he had one of his episodes, it left us in a sticky situation. I'm just going to say that. We can't wash no clothes, can't wash no towels. I'm getting up in age where I can't continue to walk back and forth from the store. Can you turn that down some? Carrying bags, right? So we got a lot going on, right? Needless to say, I'm trying to fix and pay for and get the stuff done in the place that needs to be done. And it's just a lot going on me, by myself, a petite, small woman doing what I can. So anywho, me and my daughter here, we went to the store because I'm like, I got to take care of stuff I got to take care of, right? And I'm trying to stand in the back, because I know what it is, right? We got clothes that we had on, I'm being unable to wash. We got freaking the dog, that's probably a smell in and of itself. We got the sweat, we got us working, we got all this stuff going on, and I'm taking care of it all by myself when I can take care of it, when I can get to it. Okay, so I'm looking, right, because my daughter's paying for the stuff, and I'm looking, and the cashier she smells under her pits, and she says, "Not me," and then she's looking at the door lady, and they smiling and laughing and stuff, and I said, huh. I said, I just told him, I said, oh, that might be us. I said, because, and she's trying to stop me, saying, no, I'm not talking about you. It's not, girl, no. And I'm looking, I'm like, well, you're not talking about me. You're talking about the smell. Right? So if you're smelling something, I'm just saying it could be us, or my washing machine is broke. We don't got no towels. I'm getting stuff fixed here, having to move appliances and all this stuff. So we sweating and all this stuff is going on. Okay. And she just kept trying to reassure me that she wasn't talking about me. And why do we do that? If you're talking about a smell and you may not know who it's coming from, if the person says, owns up to it and say, hey, yeah, you're not crazy. You might be smelling something. Right? Then just say, oh, okay, I was just wondering. Right? But we're so used to, it's like what I have now, and I have a couple of feeds up where I was talking about where I went through the same kind of experience. I went through that experience a couple of times, right? But the fact that they wanted to call me crazy for smelling it, acknowledging it, just added fuel to the fire. I'm like, why are you mad because my nose works? Right? Now, here's where we're at now. These people whom I said was the smell was coming from, the fact that they were following me around with it, that says there's a different approach to that, right? And so when I made note of that, now it's the same people who want to have an issue with me, who want to lie on my dog and make a case, or beef is what they call it. They want beef. They want beef between their group of people and me, right? Because they're going to buddy and group up and befriend anybody else black or my kinfolks and make babies with them and marry into them, so that it's just me that they want to have beef with, while they're bringing their entire clan and group against me, right? So to alleviate all of that, it's just, you guys have to understand, I'm not on here saying that I'm perfect. I'm not on here saying that my children don't do no wrong, right? But some of y'all take it that way. I'm just relaying to you, I know how I've raised my children. I know what I've said. And there's things that I know that you do not know. And so when I speak on those things, we kind of bump heads when you try to tell me that it isn't what it is, right? And it's human nature. So we got to learn how to be real with things that we got to be real about, right? Because it exposes all the fake. It exposes those who want to operate in chaos and keep chaos and violence going, right? Because they cannot find peace sitting in peace. All right? So that's the basis of where I'm at. Why people want to attack and antagonize. And I've already told you the group of people that want to do it. And it's not coincidence. It's the same group of people whom the church tried to tell me was my husband, and I declined to marry into that race. I don't find it coincidental. Right? So yeah, I just wanted to, I love these kind of messages, because now we're just getting to the real of what it really is out here. And then some of those people